Hi guys, welcome to the Jake and Ollie podcast. Just to warn you, this podcast does contain adult themes and strong language, and headphone users, please be aware of my laugh. Enjoy it!
Stop talking. Do my clap.
Cheers.
Hey, Seb's here.
To everyone that's joined, hello.
It's gonna be so
Everyone
far
suited and
away.
booted, basically, if you can't tell. Those of you that are on the Instagram live currently and are watching the pod when it releases on there, you'll understand why we're suited and booted. But basically, we've got suited and booted. The banners are up because it's my birthday next week. So we're going for a little bit of a birthday pod. Just going to have a few drinks, have a laugh, no particular topic. What you're drinking, we've got. So this is actually a little story. This is a little story, okay? So this bottle right here is where it all started. So this was the drink that we were drinking when we came up with the idea of the pod.
Then the idea was spawned. Some raspberry Smirnoff.
So raspberry Smirnoff.
So they say all great ideas come
raspberry
from it.
Smirnoff and lemonade. Oleg is an animal straight on it after every weekend.
Sorry,
Bank holiday at its finest. If you've so basically the reason we've come on the live for this was we kind of wanted you guys to chuck us some things, some ideas for tonight. We've got a dartboard, as you know, so we're gonna do like little games with that, and we're just gonna try and have a laugh with it really, and we want you guys to get involved for a little bit as well. So before we start going on to any topics, please do feel free to chuck us in.
We don't really have a topic, do we?
No, we don't.
So we're just going to wing it the whole time. Which is
We are winging it. Also, so for those of you currently watching, this bad boy that I'm holding in my hand, this is the new microphone. We're not using them today because it's going to be quite up and down, and we need one of these mics. But we've invested, got 2 new mics, so next week we'll have them nice and close, and hopefully it'll sound
it'll
really
get better
good.
and better.
How's the new mic setup? Yeah, so that is the new mic setup. It'll be class. We're really looking forward to getting on that next week.
It's got proper arms and everything. So
yeah, it's got proper arms.
We won't be sharing one.
Yeah, no, we won't be like this. We'll have our own little thing now, which will be really cool. Let's see who else is on. Cool, so I hope everyone's had a really great Easter weekend so far. Suited and booted. Bosh, that's my favourite word.
Bosh.
Hanny Service has joined. Oh, amazing. So yeah, cool. Well, should we kick off? Should we talk a bit about our bank holiday weekends? What have we done?
Oh, what haven't we done? I've been in Bristol this weekend.
Bristol.
A couple of people in the chat that I was
Just
there
down the
with.
road.
Yeah, it was good though. It was good. Went to a drum and bass event on the Friday night.
Nice.
So obviously went in Rome. You can't go to Bristol and not go to a drum and bass event. It was good. It was good. Went for a little bit of a pub crawl on the Friday night.
Right.
Down Gloucester Road. You've been there, haven't you?
Yeah,
before?
I've been. I went last
did you
summer. Went to see my friend in the Beauty and the Beast tour, which was on in Bristol at the time. So we went down for a night, and just
What did you get up to when you?
So we went down, went for some lunch and stuff. Then met him. Went on a night out because I've got a really good friend from Bristol as well. So we met her. And then the next day I went down to Bath, which was nice.
It's
really
quite
like
nice, Bath.
Bath's lovely. I do recommend it.
Where did you go out when you went to Bristol?
I went to Turtle Bay.
Oh right.
Classic. And then we went to, I actually don't know what it's called, because they wouldn't let us in with trainers. They were really weird about it. I don't know if you had that problem, but we weren't allowed in with trainers or anything, which was proper mad.
Bristol's proper indie like that. Like you can get out, we didn't go anywhere smart. Like everywhere was pretty casual, so we didn't have that.
It was well
problem
annoying
at
though,
all.
because girls were all just walking in whatever they wanted, and then we turned up, a few lads now, like, you're joking. And I was like, well, that's just not really fair.
We had that problem, to be fair, but you don't get let in big groups, do you?
We've almost forgotten the main
We need
event.
to fucking christen the birthday pod.
The birthday pod. Happy birthday. 3, 2, 1. It's got him a drink. I love that smell.
Straight into camera one.
That's that smell is so
It's
good.
good, isn't it?
Also, a little update for everybody. So, we've actually taken the pod to new heights. We've got a sound editor. So you'll meet him in due course. But yeah, we've seen some stuff on the videos. You'll see it if you watch the YouTube one. But yeah, we've got some real good content coming with that. And it's going to be exciting. We had this little conversation the other week, and we were saying like, with getting new mics and stuff, we do feel like it's just becoming a little bit more.
It's
the next step that we
It was
needed.
a bit of a turning point.
Yeah,
I
it
think,
was, and now
for
we're
the podcast.
super excited.
Got more people working together with us on it, so we can make the
100%.
podcast better, make more TikToks and Instagram, and just complete kind of the package of it.
Without a doubt.
But that's why we had to get the extra mics, because he was like, "How the fuck are you making a podcast with one microphone?" It's like this has got to stop. You need another one.
And Ollie was like, "I want to make reels," and I was like, "Yeah, let's make some reels." And then we'd get to like looking at other people's reels, and it was like, well, their reels look good, and we've just chucked a filter on it. Do you know what I mean? It's just not right. So we've actually got some good content now, which we're going to hopefully.
But we're learning. We're getting there. It's getting better. Every week, the podcast gets better.
By series 2, we're going to fly. We're going to absolutely fly. I'm excited. But so also, if you go onto the what is it, Linktree, we've got. Is that what it's called?
Yes, the Linktree in the bio.
Yeah, Linktree. Yeah, if you go into that, we've now got some new things in there. We've got a TikTok. If you didn't see that. Got our own TikTok now, which will hopefully be where the reels come in. Powerful stuff.
TikTok fundraising page.
Yeah, fundraising.
Don't forget the fundraising page. If you're watching this right now, go and donate.
How many
to
we
the
got? A
fundraising
staggering
page.
3 people. Hello, everyone.
That's my mum, dad, and my brother.
to be fair, it's bank holiday Sunday, so everyone probably out and about doing things. So,
True.
So
Doesn't
the
matter.
3
though.
people.
There's
still
no
sitting-
excuses.
There's no 7 o'clock.
Stick
You
it
all
on.
know 7 o'clock on a Sunday. That is the only.
You know, you shouldn't be
You
busy,
should not. You book an hour and a half off, no matter what you're doing.
no matter where you are.
Incredible.
Get it
Absolutely
on.
incredible.
Get listen to it. If you haven't listened to the podcast already, the one we just came out today is the careers episode
For Ollie.
for me. What brought us to this day, really.
Yeah.
Lessons learned along the way, plans for the future. So
Can't be missing the pod.
it's poor behaviour missing the pod. It won't be tolerated around here. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but it's a really good episode, actually. Really good episode.
That was really
And,
fun to make.
We
Wasn't it?
really enjoyed that one. We were going to have it as one episode, and then Ollie was like, Jake, no one wants to hear us talking for that long. So I was like, all right. So we split it up. So there'll be a couple of bits.
It
where
worked
we
best, I think.
Yeah, it definitely
It
did.
worked well.
It definitely did. Even my mum was like, I haven't got time to be sitting down and watching 2 hours. And I said, well, that's a you problem because you watch it as a film. She literally sits down and watches
It's a feature-length
She
film,
watches
2
it
hours,
as a
isn't it?
film because I'm like, people wouldn't watch it on their way to work or when they're doing the ironing or something like that. It's just not like it's not something you sit down and watch like a premiere. Like you just have it on in the background. And she was
Although
like,
that would be cool.
I can imagine. We'll be walking the red carpet soon. Best pod.
Down Leicester Square. Premiering at the Odeon at 7 o'clock every
Dream it.
Sunday.
We've actually got
Manifest it.
a pod
Do it.
goal. We've got a pod goal. So
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we do.
yeah, so basically there was my mum went to the theatre the other day to see 2 guys basically do a podcast but in the theatre, and they would just sit there like we're doing now, just sitting here chatting, joking about and stuff. I think theirs was quite in your face. Apparently people were walking out because of the language they were using and stuff. Like it was
really?
mad, yeah. But yeah, that's our goal now. We've got a goal that by the
To
end
make
of,
people walk out.
no, not that. By the end of next week, we want to be in theatres.
I think it's realistic.
I think it's realistic.
Fuck it, tomorrow. It's bank holiday weekend.
When we finish recording this, we'll go up to the cliffs and we'll go, you got any room at the inn?
Last slot on a Monday night. All we need is 10 minutes.
Yeah,
10 minutes of
very
your time. Get us on
Okay.
there.
So
Everybody
that'll
live
be
can
good.
come
But
watch.
yeah, I think actually now we're going to wrap this live up and get cracking on with the pods. Yeah, that can be our little warm up, I suppose.
Sure.
But thank you guys. We don't want to ruin it, otherwise you just see the whole pods, and that's not fun.
It's true, yeah.
But you've had your first bit. So
DM us
from
any
Jake
questions.
and Ollie on the Instagram live. Thanks for tuning in, and see you soon.
See you later.
Bye. Cool. So now we get straight onto the actual pod. Shall we kick it off with a little dart game straight away?
Dark game.
Dart. Pick a number, throw it, see where it lands, and you have to do.
Yeah, camera will still work.
Yeah.
We might have to manoeuvre this around a little bit.
You can throw it from there, mate.
Alright, yeah, seated darts.
See darts.
What am I aiming for? So what's the game?
I think.
I'm just frying darts at water. Quality.
I think the high. If you get a triple or a double, that's how many sips of a drink you take. So if you get a double, then you take 2 sips. You take triple.
Fucking hell, I thought you meant if you get like a double 20, you
Just
take
take 60
40. Yeah.
sips.
Well, a double 20 would be 40.
No triples though.
Alright, yeah, sweet. So I'm going for a low number.
Yeah.
0.
Didn't even hit the board.
0.
Didn't even hit the board. Brilliant.
There we go.
That is fantastic.
Hey, it's why I'm an entertainer.
I'll tell you what, I'll get my cards out as well.
Fucking hell, triple 16 off
Triple
the rip.
16?
Nah, I think it's a normal 16.
Yeah, it is. And then we can crack on to them as well. Right then, go on then. Let's do like questions. So like never have I ever's and stuff.
What for each?
Yeah.
Would
Let's
you-
kick it off with something like that. It's just fun, isn't it?
Yeah, go on then. Hit me.
Never have I ever. These are tricky ones sometimes because.
How far do we have? Yeah, it's like it's so true, isn't
Are we
it?
going straight in, or do
You
we
always
just
got to read the room. haven't
read
you?
the room?
There's always
Read
one
the room.
person that has just not read the room.
They go bang, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, there we are. Oh, let's do a would you rather. They're quite fun.
Yeah, that's probably
A
better.
better way to start. Yeah. Okay. So would you rather? Go. Oh, these are tough. Would you rather be in a situation where you? Okay, no. This is a good question. I like this one. Would you like to know how your life ends?
That is a good one.
Would you like to know if you could read a book about your life? Would you do it?
No, I wouldn't do that because then I'd know everything that's going to happen.
Would you know about how your life's gonna end?
It's pure spoilers, isn't it? I hate
It is.
spoilers.
I
Why
hate
do I want to know
spoilers.
every spoiler about my whole life?
That's very
But
true.
would you want to know what? Like, so you know, date, time, how, like, isn't there a film like that? Where,
I think there is.
Well, you
I
know-
think there is. I don't know what it's called though.
and people know like how they're going to die.
I think there is.
No, yeah,
You would?
I think I would.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't think.
Not if it's my worst nightmare though. If I was to find out and it's my worst nightmare, like the two ways I do not want to die is drowning and being burnt alive. Like I just think that is so horrific. So if I then read that tomorrow I was going to drown when I go for a little dip in the sea,
How much would it freak you out though if it was in like a week?
I'd probably
I would
go
get
on a rampage.
fucking hammered. I'd be on that train back to Bristol, and I would.
Is that what you do? Because I wouldn't. I'd
No,
like
I
literally
wouldn't.
text all my mates, be like, right, we're going.
No, I
I'd
wouldn't
take
actually.
all my life savings out.
Oh
and
fuck,
I'd just
which ain't much. I'd get to the end of the road and my life
I
savings.
might get a weekend in Butlins or something.
And a fucking tear up in
To be
Campus
fair though, like
Sands.
Butlins and places like that, they are pricey.
Yeah.
Like when you get to
It's
like
true.
Easter, like I bet this weekend was crazy. It's like Centre Parks. Do you go to Centre Parks?
Mate, Centre Park's a rip off.
It's criminal.
I've been probably like 3-4 times. I haven't been in years. It's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong.
That's class.
But nah, overpriced. I'd rather go Butlins.
I would. There's some some fun things in Butlins.
I used to love prize bingo. Did you go and play that in the
I was
evenings?
well young when I went to Butlins. I just remember we all went into the little recording studio and recorded a song, which was fun.
What?
Yeah.
Who did?
Like we went with family friends and like all us kids went in and sang like a High School Musical song or something. And then I recorded because Mum loves Grease, so I recorded "We Go Together" from Grease. And then I just remember like the red coats and all the part like these red coats just have energy, mate. Like they just are on one constantly. And
You'd
then I
be good at
remember
that.
meeting a robot. I don't think I could do it. Not with screaming kids running about all day.
You met a robot.
Yeah, I met a robot, got a picture of a robot, got a fridge magnet on my fridge.
Nice. My claim to fame. I actually won the Butlins dance competition when I was little.
Did you? Was you the only person in it?
When I it's actually invitational. That's why I was there. It was for the dance competition. Yeah, I was like 8 years old.
Really?
Just cutting pure shapes since 8 years old.
I did like
Won
it
the
though. Butlins
competition.
was fun, and we got like because they've got like the hotel and stuff now. But we stayed in like a little house, and you had like the bronze, silver, and gold places, didn't you? And it was like, well, yeah, I remember that. It was fun.
Well, isn't it caravans?
Some of them were. What's your favourite holiday you've ever been on?
Ooh, I'd say my recent trip to Poland last year
Oh right.
in the summer.
Is that where the tat came from?
Fuck, have we done that?
Yeah, we spoke about that. Yeah. Not in depth, but we did mention it.
What,
'Cause-
the tat story?
Yeah, because you said I don't know if you've done the story, but we know what it means
Okay,
because
think-
it is what it is, isn't it? Something
Yeah.
like that.
I don't think we've done a story about me passing out though during my first time.
Go on, fill us in. I think I know this, but the viewers don't. So let's go.
I'm gonna need a stronger drink, I think. I went on a 2-week trip to Poland last year with my 2 close mates from uni, Seb and Bram. Went for 2 weeks, travelled round Poland. So we started in Nida, where Seb's family lived. Spent a couple of days there, which was really great. I'd been there before. Okay. It's in the middle of nowhere in Poland, this village called Nida. And when I say village, I mean like, in the nicest way possible, it looks like something from a film.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it's not real.
Right, yeah.
But it's like so good because they take us under our wing, like they cook us barbecues and stuff when they're there. Really? Like look after us so well.
There's a lot of places like that. Like, there's just like a different world. Like my granddad's brother, he lives in Israel, and he lives on the kibbutz. I don't really know much about the kibbutz, but they always say you should come out because it's a completely different way of life. But yeah, a lot of countries, it surprises me massively how different like people live. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like people have such different ways of life if you live in a different country.
The thing about when I meet Seb's family in
Can you talk Polish?
Poland, a little bit, not very well at all. Really? To be honest, sometimes like I get overconfident.
After a few drinks, watch this.
Yeah, I mean the worst thing is when I'm in Poland, I'll walk up to someone and be like "Dzień dobry," good morning, good day, and they'll just go, "Oh, good morning."
Incredible.
They'll just reply back in English. I've like walked in with best Polish accent, smashed out like a normal greeting, like literally a Polish person would say to another Polish person. I just go "Dzień dobry," and they go "Good morning," and I'm like, "Fuck's sake!" Like, is it that easy to tell that I'm English? But yeah, people live so differently over there, and the thing I notice mainly is that they just get on with shit.
What's the best part about it?
There's no moping around.
Really?
Like we'd be out drinking till 4 o'clock in the morning, up at 7:30, like no excuses, going for a walk around the village because don't mope around. Like you need to be up.
Really?
Get your ass out of bed and like go get some fresh air.
I will say,
and I was like, yeah, I like that.
But when you are hungover, I find if I've been out drinking the day before, if I've not got anything planned the next day, and like I just have to sit in bed all day, my hangover is worse because you're constantly sitting there thinking about it. Whereas if you get up and just do something, suddenly and then your body's active and it never feels hungover. I mean, it obviously depends on how much you drink, but I think that completely.
Sometimes though, when you're with your mates and you're abroad or on holiday or just away for a weekend, like I was this weekend, and you wake up like in a flat or an Airbnb with your mates or something. You just wake up and you're like, Christ, I feel like death. But it's part of the fun, I think.
Unless you're abroad, I've been to Magaluf, went to Pathos on like lads' holidays. I don't think I ever woke up hungover.
That's because you're boozing every day, though. You become. That's what it's like to be an alcoholic. It's genuinely when you go on a week-long boozing holiday or a weekend. The first night you feel rough, especially if you're fucking doing shots of Rushkanov. Like that will fuck your shit up.
Did you hear about a story about Jim and he lost his voice for about 3 weeks from drinking?
Yeah.
He literally couldn't talk for 3 weeks. He lost his whole
You get the
voice.
Rushkanov cough, don't you?
Yeah, Rushkanov cough. Yeah. That is dangerous stuff, that.
But yeah, when you're drinking every day, the hangovers stop.
Really?
That's what I find.
You think?
If I do 2 days in a row, second day I'm not hungover because I just verge into alcoholism and I'm just like, yeah, I'm here for it.
We had this big thing about like the Pathos Diet as well. So basically, we found that like we were students, we were living on a budget, but some of us had budgeted more, some of us had budgeted less. So we kind of had to go off of what the person who had least budgeted was. But we'd get up in the morning, I'd maybe have like 2 slices of toast. Right, just, get up, have 2 slices of toast, whatever. We'd all have challenges as well. We had challenges for like throughout the week. So I think mine was that. Yeah, one of my mates was like, he had to have a snake bite before midday every day. And on the first day, we didn't get home till like 8 in the morning. And he literally woke up at 11:50, made him a snake bite, necked it, and then just went back for another kip. But yeah, so we would just like feel like we were drinking all day, and then we'd have a kebab at the end of the night, and that'd see us through till the end of the night the next day.
You just had one thing to eat a day.
Kebab a day, yeah. I came back skinny, mate. I
Your
lost weight on that holiday.
stomach must have been in pieces.
And then there was one night I was like, it was like midway through the week, and the boys, they were a bit written off, and I'd had a little nap in the afternoon. And I thought, oh, do you know what? They're all asleep. I'm gonna cook dinner. So I went to the shop, and we had all these like massive chicken nuggets, chips, whatever, and I just cooked it for everyone. And then I went round, they were all asleep. Boys, dinner's ready. And and they were like, oh my God, I love you. But I was like the dad of the group. I am the dad of the group. Like, I'm the one who was like in charge of all like the passports, the boarding passes and all that sort of stuff. My mate forgot his passport. Turned up to the airport.
No shot. He got all the way to the airport and forgot his passport.
Man. So literally, like I put it in the chat 3 times in the morning. I said, do not forget your passport. And he's like, I won't. Anyway, he rocks up, and my mate would be the one to forget the passport. Like he would, if anyone in the group, it would have been him. But me and my mate Paul, we got there early, and we were like, right, we get there early, we can go in, we can have a drink, like chill out before the flight, whatever. And the airport was actually carnage, and Matt turns up and he goes, I haven't got my passport. I said, you're lying. You're obviously lying because I've said 3 times today to bring your passport and you've done it back.
I bet you were fuming.
And Kane went, Jake.
Kane goes, I forgot mine as well.
He
goes, what, we needed passports?
What's a passport?
Yeah.
And I literally was like, I can't believe it. So then he was like, nah, it's karma because his mum wouldn't bring him to the airport, and then his mum had to drive to the airport to drop his passport. She was like, that's on her. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. So then we get into the airport, and he's sitting there just walking through duty free. You know, you always get like a free shot in duty free.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. Like, we went to like there was like this little Ciroc station. Is that what it's called? Ciroc the vodka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, went to that station. They were like, yeah, just have a shot if you want. We were like, brilliant. One. Then we were like, right, let's get some food and then we'll go over to the thing. So Matt needed a wee, so he went to the toilet. And we went to Burger King, and Paul goes to me, when does our gate open? I said, I think it's already open, but I looked on the board. Last call. We just ordered. I just spent something like £14 on a Burger King, yeah, and I've dropped this Burger King, haven't even got it. We're running. We're not even in the right terminal. We've got to get train to the gate. We're sprinting through the thing. On the phone to Matt, you need to hurry up in the toilet. Matt's behind us, like nowhere near us. We get on the train. I'm panicking. I'm going to lose my job. I'm panicking. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I just panicked. So I called my mum. I said, Mum, what am I doing? Like, what do I need to do? And she goes, there's not a lot you can do. Just get to the gate. So
Why did you call? You didn't understand how to get on a fucking
No,
plane?
I do. But when I get panicked, I call my mum.
I can so imagine you just cradling yourself in a corner of
I was literally like this on this train. Everyone's looking at me like I'm an idiot. Like, I was like, oh my God. The boys are like, it's not that deep. We've caught the back of the line. Luckily, we got on the plane. But yeah, that whole thing. It's funny though because we've got an Instagram page and the whole holiday is literally documented.
Buffoons.
7 buffoons, yeah. And
I remember
the
that.
whole holiday is literally documented.
That's good though because you can look back on it. It's like little...
Whenever I'm sad, I look back on it. It does make me more sad because I'm not there. But that actual holiday was so fun. It
looked like a good time.
fun.
I remember following that Instagram page.
Sometimes you do just have to like look back on stuff and just go, that was so good, because that was literally just before our third year. It was just for our third year as well, so that was like, we're gonna have one big bash before we go.
Yeah. I like you. Sound like you've done it properly as well, like a proper lads holiday. Done challenges.
We
like,
weren't supposed to. We were supposed to stay at one of the boys' girlfriends, because her mum lives in Cyprus, so she was like, yeah, just stay at ours. We'll go to Ayia Napa for a bit. She sorted us all these parties and stuff. And then 5 days before, I think I said this, 5 days before we flew, I woke up to a message in the chat. Boys, yeah, we've just broken up. I said, huh? What do you mean?
Yeah, that's really sad and all.
I was like,
what about our plans?
What about the holiday? I was like, what's going on?
How are you, mate?
Grab a tissue, dry your eyes, and what's going on? Do you know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. So
just shaking him. Like, what about Pathos?
I'm on Airbnb, literally like...
Can you have just held on for another week?
But then we were like, do you know what? We got this Airbnb. The Airbnb was sweet. We had like the funnest, dirtiest week, and it was just like, we look back on it and think, do you know what? It wouldn't have been the same holiday. We wouldn't have had the same experience, and it was so good.
That reminds me of the time I went to Croatia on an American football tour at university. For context, Jake's just froze. His drink all over himself. He's in the birthday suit. But yeah, I went on an American football tour in my second year of university to Croatia, and it was honestly one of the best holidays of my life. One of the best 5 days I've ever had.
Really?
It was unreal. It was like everyone was telling me before I went, like, because I was a fresher, so for people who haven't gone to university, like that's a first year at university, and in a sports team, if you're a fresher, you get picked on by seniors, and they make you do lots of stuff and stuff. And people were telling me, like, this tour is going to be rough for you. They're like it's going to be fun,
they
but
love
like
picking on freshers,
you're not ready. But it was going to be bad. We had to do this. I went to uni in Bournemouth, so we got a coach from Bournemouth to Croatia. It took 32 hours.
Is that the one you were talking about on the other pod when you were all drinking and stuff, but then the toilet stopped working and all the bottles stopped?
Yeah, that was on the way home. On the way there, it weren't too bad. We had a better coach, but because they gave us the same coach to go back in the one we went there in.
Still with all the bottles.
So weird. It stunk.
Oh, what? It wasn't clean?
Didn't clean it. They literally were like, this is how you've left it. This is how you're sitting in it for 32 hours on the way home. It stunk like shit. I mean literal shit. The toilet was blocked. I think when we got halfway through Italy, the toilet had packed up, and it was like being in a dirty protest in prison. It was awful. Rough. But I knew it was going to be a heavy holidays because we had to do a thing called the Green Mile, or I think it was called the Green Mile, and it was a bottle of Smirnoff this size, so 700 centilitres.
Yeah. 700 centilitres. That's a lot, mate.
It was heavy. No, 700 millilitres, and then a big bottle of WKD. So pour that into a 2-litre Pepsi bottle or something. Pour that in, pour a big bottle of WKD, and then 1 Monster Energy can as the mixer. Tasted unreal, by the way.
Oh, but that's surely just not taste of pure vodka.
I think because of the WKD, it almost tastes like a mixer, but it's just more vodka, and just Monster Energy is just nice.
Have you ever had a Venom?
No, I haven't.
It's a Scottish drink, right? And it's vodka, Southern Comfort, WKD, and orange juice, and it's green. And you grab it, it's green, right? And it is honestly, it's lovely. But you have a couple of them. Oh, I went up to Scotland for my friend's birthday last year, I think it was. Yeah, it was last year. And honest to God, she gave me like 2, and I was like, ooh. And then they drink all that Mad Dog stuff and Buckfast. I honestly, Scottish drinks are different gravy. They know how to do it. They really do know how to do it.
This drink, it wasn't messing around. But like the coach driver was like, you can't drink. So we were like the first 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we were like, right, we're getting these out because we had them smuggled in our bags. We were like hiding behind the seats, taking a swig, and I reckon half an hour after that, everyone was just plastered. It was so quick. And obviously when you're drunk, everyone's now just carrying them around the coach. And the coach drivers, the passengers were rioting. What's he going to do, realistically? He could just pull over and say, but if he was only taking us to Dover and then swapping. But I almost got arrested.
You did?
On the ferry. Yeah, I almost got arrested by the...
What you doing? Jumping overboard?
This is not going out until I've had my job interview, by the way. But yeah, I almost got by the they're like ferry police. They're like British transport police, but for ferries.
Right.
And I had done pretty much the whole thing by the time I got from Bournemouth to Dover. And I just remember, mate, it's quite embarrassing actually, but looking back at it, we were standing outside the bit where before you get on the boat, and there was like a kids' playground,
right.
And they were making all of the freshers go on all fours and like go through the kids' obstacle course and stuff.
You're joking.
And like their owners or their seniors were like pulling them along.
Incredible.
And doing that, and my Kai, who is my tour dad, Kai, listen to this, absolute fucking legend.
Right.
He was like, right, Ollie, jump in. And it was like a picket fence. So I went to jump over. I've never been this drunk in my life. I don't remember this.
Right.
The only part I remember of this is jumping over the picket fence, getting my joggers caught on the top of the picket fence, falling over the picket fence and just my trousers just round my ankles, and I'm hanging from this fence with like from my trousers, like everything on show, like. And my tour dads had to come and unhook me off the fence. And I've gone around the obstacle course like on all fours, like battered, like seriously drunk. I just remember just going, oh yeah, I'll do it. Jumping over. Next thing I know, I'm hanging from the fence with my trousers around my ankles.
That is fancy.
Messy. And then, I tried to board the ferry and they were like, well, you're not coming on, like you're too drunk. And I don't really remember any of this, but apparently we
trying to slow your words.
Waited until they like turned their back, and then we just snuck on behind them and just snuck me in and just literally sat me down on a seat, and I just conked out.
Did you?
Woke up in France. It's fucking mental when you look back at it. Woke up in France and just finished off the rest of my Green Mile and carried on through to Croatia.
Fair play.
It was freezing, that coach. Like this coach was shit.
Right.
There was no heating, no aircon.
Should have just put an extra tenner in, really, shouldn't you?
Some people flew there, but because I was a fresher, I was like, I want the full tour experience.
Mate.
I want to do the coach,
yeah.
And I'm so glad I did because it was so 100%.
Funny.
But I just
Stuff
remember
like
sitting
that
there,
makes
just freezing, like stopping at petrol stations in the middle of the night, and I just couldn't sleep. I was drunk, hungover. I was hungover like 3 times in 32 hours. I had like 3 hangovers on the way there. I'm just shivering, and I was in a relationship at that time, so a lot of the benefits of being an American football player on a lad's holiday just wasn't really available to me at that time. So I'm laying there against the window, just like. It's night time at this point, right? Everyone's kind of settling down on the coach. Like, think like there's a lot of Green Mile going around. Things are getting a little bit. They're going to the next level. Bit of context: the cheerleaders are also on the coach.
Okay, I was going to say
this is not just American football players, and therefore we're on holiday. Who wants it?
Right,
so you go with the cheerleaders, and they share the same coach. So I'm just sitting there shivering. I just remember waking up, and my mate's getting like I just remember waking up, sort of like seeing some movement under a blanket.
Okay.
And I just look over, and he just looks over at me, and he's like, all right. And I'm like, I'm freezing cold, I'm hungover, I can't do any of this. This is the longest 32 hours of my life. But yeah, the coach journey was amazing. That's pretty much all the stories I have from the coach.
Oh, that sounds
like in terms of
unreal.
lads' holidays, best one ever. I mean, my tour dad Kai gave me. He was quite nice to me, actually. We all had cards. Right. So American football. We all had a picture of us playing American football.
Nice.
With our stats on it. So like speed, drinking ability.
Like a FIFA?
Yeah, like a FIFA card with a rating.
Class.
I think I was like 72. So probably just touching goals.
Be in the NFL next year.
If I didn't hurt my hand, I would have been there. I can tell you that. And then it had your challenges on there. So my challenge was I had to wear a dog collar every day, and I've got a quality picture of me in this dog collar. So day and night, I had to wear this pink dog collar, and my fresher dad had a squeaky toy, like a squeaky dog toy. Every time he squeaked it, I had to run over to him, get on all fours and sit down like a dog, and he'd launch it, and I'd have to go like run like a dog, pick it up in my mouth, go back over, put it down, and it was like, and the other one was like jumping a wheelie bin every evening or something like stupid like that.
That is funny.
But I kind of got away with that one, and I just done the thing. But I just remember being on the beach, and we were doing. There's this thing in American football. I can't remember what the drill's called, but you basically make a circle. And you just try and tackle each other out of it. You just try and... It's like sumo wrestling. You just try and push each other. We just, massive alphas, We're on the beach showing everyone how hard we are. Throwing each other out circles. Proper northern, that. I just remember winning, obviously.
Shot collar.
Because I'm a 72 rated tank.
Massive.
That 72 rating is I'm a gem in the Madden world, mate. I can tell you that. And then I just remember winning, and I was like going around like yeah. And I just remember squeaking the toy, so I ran over, sat down, and just launched it in the sea about 100 meters. And I had to doggy paddle out, grab the toy, come back, put it down. But quality. I mean, I got way too drunk every evening. Like
Really?
we were filling up like 2 litre Fanta lemonade bottles, and I was just free pouring the vodka. So I didn't really know how much I was drinking, but I was probably doing half a litre before I went out every night, which is just way too much for me. I don't really remember that many of the nights out.
Really?
Other than we done a charity shop rumble one night, which is basically where you have a partner and you pick their outfit from a charity shop.
Right.
And my friend Shane, who's like a black dude from Croydon, like super sound guy, he's absolutely hilarious. And he was just dressed up in like this massive floral hat, like floppy hat, massive floral dress, like a proper like old lady, like a proper auntie. Oh, it was the best. It was absolutely hilarious. But I remember one night I got too drunk and then ended up passing out in my room. And then all the cheerleaders came in just drawn all sorts of stuff over me.
Really?
Like, stuff that I probably couldn't actually mention on this
Really?
podcast. Like things like probably the nicest one was probably Michael Jackson was innocent along my back. And I had to go down to the pool party the next day.
I think we'll have to bleep that out.
We'll decide that after. I had to go down to the pool party the next day with
Was it
this.
still on your back?
I mean, like this was a bonding experience for me and my mate because I was in the shower the next morning, butt naked, and he's like trying to scrub it off me. Like you could still see it.
Yeah.
And it was a long old afternoon. But yeah, that's most of my American football tour to Croatia. On the topic of lads' holidays.
Definitely. I did actually just remember saying that we spoke about the other night.
Right, yeah, go on.
To the viewers out there, we went to the pub to watch the West Ham game because Ollie thinks West Ham are massive. Fair play to him, semi-finals. And we met one of our friends from school, and he said that we need to actually give you a warning, which is probably a bit late into the pod now, actually, but...
I don't remember this. A warning on
Do you
what?
remember? He said, I think you need to start with a warning because your laugh goes straight through my ears. He was like, I'm listening to it, and then suddenly you just come out his laugh. And he's like, oh my God, I can't hear a thing. So if you are listening in headphone users, that's what he said.
Headphone user warning.
He said headphone user warning.
We can add that into our language warning.
Yeah, we can. Especially in this podcast.
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, there is a language warning, so...
Is it explicit? Is that a word? Explicit?
I was going to say, if you don't like it, F off. But I think that would be taking it a little bit too far. But yeah, we're drinking.
This
so
is the pod for you guys.
Authentic, right?
This is the pod for you guys as viewers to see us in a raw form. You know,
We're just catching up.
We are just sitting here chatting, having a laugh, having a drink.
For your birthday, which is the context. Have we explained this on the pod? I think we done it on the live.
We did it on but the pod was running.
Oh, of course.
So yeah, which is nice. I actually think we should do more of these.
I'm having a fucking...
I'm having. Yeah. Look at the soundbar on that when I laugh. It just absolutely skyrockets.
Sorry, everyone. That is terrible.
No, it's class though, because like I really enjoy having our topics. I enjoy having our topics, but I think maybe we should do a couple of these.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it so far, just bouncing between topics.
Conversations and you just let it run, didn't you?
We mentioned the tattoo thing and then got really sidetracked.
Yeah, we did.
Should we circle back?
Yeah, let's go back. But before we do that, we'll grab a card.
Because probably someone listening at 15 minutes has gone, I really want to know that tattoo story. It's had to sit through 25 minutes.
Card.
But I hope you enjoy listening about what happens on a university American football
tour.
What you got? I have... Is this a
I'm
magic trick or...
No, I'm allowed to know. I'm a magician. What have you got?
Maybe. Queen of diamonds.
Don't do queens because they're question masters. We'll play like the Ring of Fire rules, but not completely.
Categories 10.
Let's do a categories then. Pick. Down to you.
Trying to read the room.
Trying to read the room. There's a lot of people in here, to be fair.
Let's go. Let's do car brands.
Oh,
Is that boring?
No,
Is that
you're
rubbish?
Absolutely rings. I don't know anything, mate. I know
I thought
what my
that's
car
so
is,
maybe
and
we'd
that's about
both
it.
know.
Oh, I don't have a clue.
Or like, I don't want to sound like football players because you're just going to smash me. Like I don't know any.
No, it's not just that. What about
Car brands? We do. Go on. What about what?
I was thinking more like Italian food dishes or something. Just something like a bit. You wouldn't
Car
want
brands
to.
rubbish, isn't it? So I'm very
No,
conscious of it.
we're
Stop
allowed to
swearing.
swear, but that's why we put explicit on the thing because we're allowed to swear.
Explicit.
This is just it in its natural form.
Italian dishes.
Or countries. There's plenty of them. You slip up.
It's loads of them. Right, go. Wait, no, I'll go
There are a
first.
few countries in the world.
The United Kingdom.
So I can't say England. Spain.
Have I just failed?
I think.
And that's a drink. I was fucking.
Oh,
Right, hang on. We're cutting that out.
no, we ain't. That is so funny. That is top quality content.
That is actually so
my
stupid.
God, that is fantastic. I thought I was thick as shit, but clearly
Oh, cheers,
not.
mate.
Listen, you
England.
no. You've
That's
lost
what I
it.
can't do it now. The countries.
No. 'Cause
That's
you just lost.
No, it was worth it. It
It
was,
was
worth
so
it.
worth it. I'm actually just going to put my charger in my phone because I don't know how long that's going to last. Oh no,
That's convenient.
that is convenient.
We will be back with you shortly after.
No,
this little
we're
break.
back. That was that was funny. What was we going to do? What was we going to say before we get on to the
We're
car
going
game?
back to tattoos.
We're going back to the tattoo. For those of you that have stuck with that conversation for 20 minutes, just
Yeah, I
hearing this
mean,
story.
if you're still here, you're an absolute legend. And we're having a great time, so I hope you're having a great time too. So we left Nida on our 2-week Poland adventure. Had a great time. Got out of bed at 4 a.m. And Seb's uncle drove us down to Warsaw.
Oh,
A few hour road trip across. Sorry, everyone. We never clock out here on the podcast. We're always taking calls.
That's a business call.
A few hour road trip across the country, which is actually really fun in itself.
Yeah.
Got to Warsaw, had a great time. Got a tattoo in Warsaw, my first ever tattoo, and it says "Yes, so yes" on my thigh, on my udo, for the Polish listeners out there. And the New Zealand guy, shout out to him if he's still around.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so it means it is what it is. It was a funny story. It doesn't make sense in Polish. It's like grammatically incorrect, but it does make sense if you like said it to someone. They'd be like, that don't really work, but like I know what you're saying. And it was a word I made up, and it just caught on with Seb and his friends and his family, and we use it. So I was like, I'm getting this tattooed on my leg because it's a great memory, and I look at it and think about the amazing time I had. So went to a tattoo shop the night before. We went to a rave in Warsaw. So I think we can all imagine, without going into specific details, to incriminating details, that I was not feeling great the morning after. I hadn't eaten any food, hadn't had anything to drink, and we went down to the tattoo shop. I was panicking at this point because I don't want to say I'm a pussy, but I don't think I'm that great with pain.
Right, okay.
And I knew that it was going to hurt.
It was going to hurt, yeah.
So I went to the boot.
Is that your only one?
It's my only one, yeah.
Did you get another
Funnily enough, if you still believe me after listening to this, I am planning on getting another one.
Oh, yeah.
On my arm.
What?
Like, just here. I don't know. I'll work that out. I need something to come to me like this one. Yeah, at the Jake and Ollie podcast. Never clocking out. Yeah, so I went to the Boots, got some anti-anxiety pills.
You're joking.
And they were like, I've never seen this in England, but
That's like what I would do. I'd chuck
in
Rescue
Poland,
Remedy.
what's that?
It's like this. It's like a liquid. It's like in a little pipette thing, and you literally just put it on your tongue, and it just calms you down. It's proper sweet.
Yeah, so it's probably a similar thing. They probably do have it in this country, but I didn't know that you could just get that over the counter. It was anti-stress, anti-anxiety, and just like crack the old packet, bang down the hatch. Obviously, I only had one, but went to a tattoo shop, sat down on the plinth. We stenciled the tattoo.
How long did it take?
I mean, for me, 5 minutes max. The actual tattoo length was like less than half an hour.
All right.
It goes across my whole thigh, and it's not a very big thigh.
Ollie doesn't do leg day.
No, or any day actually. Just
fuck the gym.
On the vods, living life, mate.
On the smell of raspberry crash.
What a man!
What a man!
What an alpha! Yeah, sat down on the plinth. My legs were hanging off the end of the plinth. I'm starting to get me excuses out now.
Right, here we go.
My legs were hanging off the plinth, so they kind of, after sitting there for a while, they do feel a little bit numb because like you're not moving.
For those
you're not
of
moving.
you still listening, if you when you get to this point, now start tally charting Ollie's excuses and send them in to us. So I'd enjoy that. Who's going to have the most excuses?
Sat on the excuse number one. Sat on the end of the plinth with my legs off. Didn't have any water. I was dehydrated. I was hot. I wore too many clothes. Like you've really baited me out here. I was wearing like a jumper, woolly joggers.
3, 4, 5.
I had enough anti-anxiety pills. So I was getting hot.
Right.
And she's started doing the tattoo, and I'm like, that's painful. Like that actually really hurts, and that's painful. But I was like, I can dig deep and I can get through this. So there was loads of like African masks and stuff on the wall. My parents have some at home, so I'd recognised them.
Okay.
They must have gone to a similar country or something.
Right.
But I was looking at them and I was going, I was just trying to distract myself from the pain. I was looking at them going, I wonder where that mask is from. I wonder what country that is. I wonder what that symbolises.
Right.
Like I'm really clutching at straws here.
Okay.
And I look down and I'm like, she's probably almost finished,
Okay.
right? It's 10 letters, yes. She'd done half of the J, half of the first letter. I looked down and just panic struck. Panic struck that I had 9.5 letters to go and I was on the ropes and there was no way I was getting through this round. Like, it was so bad. I started getting really hot, was sweating like so bad. Thought I was going to throw up. I was like trying to hold it in. Obviously not make too obvious, but I was like... but I managed, so I was like, okay, I need a break. I can't continue.
They let you do that?
But I couldn't speak.
What?
I couldn't speak. Because I was on the way out. I was about to faint. I was about to pass out. So my eyes were going, my body was shutting down. And when I say I dug deep for this tattoo, I dug deep. I held in there for this tattoo for the last moment of my consciousness. But I managed to just utter the word "Chestine," which is stop in Polish. She didn't really speak great English, so it's down to my expert Polish skills. And I just remember her looking up and just the sheer panic. And we made eye contact, and I just went, conked out on the plinth sideways, straight passed out, straight down. And then they're panicking. They're running around the shop going, "Oh, we need an ambulance. He's passed out." Like I thought I was about to get chucked out the back or something, covered up some sort of like murder scene. And then my friends came in who are both physiotherapists, so they're used to people passing out on them.
Right, okay.
When you work in a hospital, it happens quite a lot. Yeah. And they were like, "No, it's going to be fine. Like he'll come round." So they came over. And what I remember is just Seb slapping my face, going, "Wake up, Oleg, wake up." And I just remember him looking at him, and I just go, I wake up, and I'm like, "Ja, pierdolę."
What's that
just
mean?
like, for fuck's sake. I was looking around, and I just went again, just passed out again. And then I came back around, sat up, and I was wearing a grey Ralph Lauren top, and it was black with sweat by the end. Got up, my legs started like buckling, and they were like, "No, just sit down." Came around, felt okay.
Passing out is one of the weirdest sensations in the world. The last time I passed out was because of my mate. Basically, what happened was we were in like we were at college and we were in the common room and stuff. And if you haven't already gathered, I'm a bit of a wind-up merchant. I just love winding people up. So we were sat there, and one thing you can't do to him is get his hair wet. Bit like me. Anyway, so we were having a water fight. Bang, bang, bang. So he's like grabbed me, like started like choking me out jokingly. I was like,
oh my god, no way.
that hurt. and then
were you tapping?
no way, it actually gets worse. So then we do it again, and we were all having a laugh and stuff. And he don't like burping, and I burped quite a bit. So I burped like in his face. And he went, nah, grabbed me, right? He's grabbed me in this chokehold.
With a full nose.
And I've just sat there laughing. So I've got nothing left. I've got no air left. And I'm literally... The next thing I know, I've gone. Like, completely gone. Right? And all I remember was because the floor was wet. It sounds ridiculous, but... all I saw was the white light and a beach. And I think because I was in the water that was on the floor, that was where the beach came from. And then the white light, we talk about it now and I'm like, if there was another
it was
floor,
on the beach, was it?
No. This was a room with wooden floor. But because the water was there, I'd passed out, mate. I was gone. I was like that.
He fully choked you out.
Completely choked me out.
Until he passed out.
But he didn't know. He thought I was joking. He thought I was joking when I was doing that. And we literally talked about it now, and he was like, if I was probably done that for another 5 seconds, I'd probably be dead. It's actually so mad. And the next thing I know, I've woken up and someone's holding my legs, like, you need to, like, just get the blood rushing back down. It was so mad. And I remember, I look back on it now, I think it's a funny story to tell, but, like, it was...
That's crazy.
So
your mate
mad.
choked you out. On a lad's holiday.
No, this was at college.
At college?
It's in the middle of the day. It's about 4 p.m.
It's in between taps.
I was getting ready for ballet.
It's in between ballet and you've been choked out and you've got to go and perform.
So,
mate, people don't give performers the credit they're due. They're still getting up there doing it.
You get choked
after
out.
their mate's choked
and you
them
get
out.
onto your plies. It's brilliant.
Yeah, your dance teacher wakes you up. Get your skirt on,
Come
mate.
on,
Or
grab that
what is it, a
lingerie.
tutu? Get your shoes, your ballet shoes on, and get out there. Stop being a wuss.
But yeah, like that was crazy when that happened. I don't believe.
I don't believe that. I never knew that either.
I'll if my phone wasn't the one recording, I'd call him right now and get him to explain the story to you. It's so. Like, I look back on it, I laugh about it now. I think it's so funny. But at the time, I thought it was funny. But I just woke up and I was like, I think I could have been dead very, very soon actually. And when he realised that,
that's crazy.
He was like,
did he feel bad?
Yeah, he did. He was. I'm so sorry, and I was like,
I'm not gonna lie though, it's kind of a little bit mental from him to
no, it's just funny though.
like choke
It's
someone
so
out that hard.
No,
to the point where they, like he must have been giving it some.
No, but he's strong. He's strong, and I'm not.
Your laugh must take a lot. Your laugh must take a lot of oxygen out of your lungs, so I can understand.
So therefore, he's caught me on my last little bit of breath. So I've gone, and I've not really got anything to get back in anyway. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, and when you've got that pressure on you, it was mad. It was funny though.
That is crazy.
So whenever anyone asks me, I do say I've seen the white light.
I've
seen the white light.
Then you move towards the light.
Maybe I'm now going to say that I did die. I saw the white light. I was dead and just.
It's a near-death experience.
Near-death experience.
I mean, what a question that you just asked. That what's your favourite holiday? So much just came from that.
And we are now at. I've just had a near-death experience.
We've got.
Absolutely fantastic. But yeah.
Brilliant. Lovely.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. But it was funny. And I look back on it now and I think, it is what it is.
It's great memories, that sort of stuff. Isn't it?
Yeah,
for sure.
If things like that didn't happen, you'd have nothing to talk about. I mean.
Would you... So going to Poland was my favourite holiday.
Okay, so my
that I've ever been on. What would you say is your favourite holiday? Is it the Seven Buffoons holiday?
It was unreal. I've had many different holidays though. So until I was about 12, me and my family used to do like theme park holidays. So we'd go somewhere just to go to a theme park. So like I've been to Disney and stuff like that. Disney is undefeated. Disney is so good. Like when you go out to Florida, go to Disney. We went on the Disney cruise ship as well, which is absolutely unbelievable. Like it's just,
I can imagine that's like,
it's a different world, mate. Like it's
especially if you're into like
absolutely-
musical theatre, that sort of thing.
But
It
not
must
even
be
that. Like,
bang on, no?
Like you go to a restaurant in the evening. The first day you go, it's Enchanted Garden, and you walk in. The lights are on. Suddenly, this whole room changes, and then suddenly you're under the stars. Like the whole room is made, so it changes. Then you go into the Princess's Palace, which is like being in Sleeping Beauty's castle. Then the last one's the Artist Palette, and you sit there. All your cutlery's like paintbrushes and stuff. Like it's so mad.
That's so cool.
It's so sick. I would take Disney away from it. I'd say I'm not going to go for Disney because Disney is probably my favourite holiday. New York was good. Love New York.
So you say Disney is your favourite holiday you've ever been on?
But I love
a
Disney
Disney cruise
so I think
ship.
it probably will be. Yeah, it would be. But I'd like to go now. I haven't. The last time I went was 2012. So I was a kid. I'd like to go now as an adult and experience it now.
You think it'd be better?
You'd have a different. But you'd also like have different things that you do and stuff. Like I was in a kids club. Like I loved the kids club, and we'd go down all like this little slide, this water slide, and all that sort of stuff. It was so good. And then New York was good.
I've never been to New York. Would you recommend?
But it was my dreamland, mate. I'm walking around Broadway all day.
Yeah.
Like the first thing we did, right? I remember we got off the plane.
Do you think it's overrated?
No, we walked down, came out of the
No,
plane.
shut up.
No, came off the plane, and there were like these like people hand out leaflets and stuff. Hand out a leaflet, and it had the map of Broadway. We got to the hotel.
What is Broadway? I don't really
Broadway's the West End of America.
know. Right.
So
And
it's
it's
where
in New York.
all like the big like if you Broadway and the West End are like the biggest theatres like in the world. Like if you go on Broadway, if you go on the West End, like they're like the massive shows. So
I've heard of that
What do you want to do? I said we're all going on the tour of Broadway, and I walked around the whole of Manhattan with my mum, dad, and sister draped in behind me like. We've seen 6 theatres in the last 30 minutes, and I'm walking around. There's not one I didn't see. So New York was good, but there's loads you can do in New York. And
Did you get a $1 pizza slice?
Yeah, they're huge. They're huge. The one thing I was a bit like, whoa, was because in the most untwisted way possible, my 2 favourite historical like events are 9/11 and Titanic. And obviously, if you go to New York, then you go to the 9/11 museum. And we got there, and I was just like, this is so, like, it really brings you back down to earth, because they have the new build, which is up, and you look at that, and all I could see was, like, people jumping out. It was so weird. And then we went into another museum. My mum was like, I can't go into the real museum, which I really want to go to, which had, like, the escalators and stuff in it. But we went to this other museum, and mum just saw, like, a teddy bear, and she was like, a mess. Like, she just broke down in tears. Like, it was so mad, because like that was someone's teddy bear who, like, it might have been like take kid to work day or something, and this kid's taking their teddy bear to work with their dad for the day or their mum for the day, and they've never come home. Like, it's actually it's so mad.
Stuff like that is almost spooky, isn't it?
Like, it really,
You see
if you was to actually sit there and deep it, like, it's terrifying. But no, New York's fantastic. I went on a holiday to Salou a couple of years ago with some family friends, and we did Salou when I was like a kid, and they've got like this big theme park out there and stuff. But yeah, you go
Salou.
Yeah,
What is Salou?
Spain.
Right.
And that was class. You just kind of walk, and in theme parks out there, you can buy beers and stuff in the theme park. So we'd sit there at lunch, have a couple of beers or whatever, and then go on these rides and stuff like that. And it was also like I was then able to go on the rides that I couldn't go on when I was a kid because I wasn't tall enough. So it was like quite nice. Salou was good. I want to go to Portugal. I've never been to Portugal.
Not much there, is there? Like,
I don't know if I
maybe
have a favourite holiday.
you just tick it off.
Every holiday I've done has been so different that I don't.
What's your favourite type of holiday? Because for me, it's an active one.
Yeah, no, I don't.
It's an active holiday. I don't like
beach holidays.
I don't like moping around.
I can do a beach holiday, but I could do a beach holiday for a day.
Yeah, it's got to be like a short weekend to Barcelona or something like that.
But if I was going to Barcelona, I'm a tourist, mate. I'm going to do camp. I'm going.
Have you been?
No, I haven't.
Oh, mate, it's amazing. I'd probably say one of my favourites. I went with Seb and Bram,
right.
my two closest friends. We have had some amazing holidays together, some amazing experiences. Poland's number one.
Should we go on holiday together? I think we should.
I mean, this is a brilliant idea.
Jake and Ollie pod.
We could do this anywhere, on the beach in Barcelona. People would be like, "What the hell are they doing?" Maybe that's huge. Maybe that's a great idea.
Maybe we've just came up with the most.
It's just the thing, though, isn't it? When we do get an idea for something.
But
we just roll. We just roll with it.
That's
we
why
roll
we're
with
doing
it.
the podcast. Me and Ollie are currently also talking about moving in together, which
could be massive.
The pod house.
We need to think. I mean, for me personally, I need to think through the finances.
That's the only thing for me. That's the only thing for me. It depends.
That holds me back from saying if I had more abundance with money, more freedom, more availability.
Oh, if I won the lottery tomorrow,
then I'd
buy us a gaff.
I don't think quite on that scale.
Jake and Polly gaff.
But I mean, if we secure
Jake and Polly gaff, Jake and Ollie gaff.
Polly, your mate Polly.
Jeez.
If you secured a bag in this new position, then in this new job, then I am more likely to consider it. I mean, that would be for like a year or so.
Yeah, I think I just need like a year out just to.
To be fair, it's something I've actually always wanted to do. Is obviously I've done it at uni for 3 years. I lived with my friends, and it was so good. It was amazing. It's one of the best things in the world to wake up in the morning and just stroll into your kitchen with your best mates.
But like
it's such a good feeling.
I just think it'd be so fun, and I know that you're not a dickhead to live with. Like I know that I wouldn't wake up and be like, Ollie's not done his dishes or
he's in the kitchen,
like made a mess or whatever. Like I feel like we'd actually work well together.
That was a big thing at university, actually.
Really?
Because in first year, you are chucked into halls. So whoever you live with is completely random. So it really is. Luckily, in my first year, I made some really good friends. And I was really good friends with my mates. We didn't live together for the years coming.
Right.
But we still kept in contact and saw each other. But for some people, like, they do end up with some horror housemates.
Yeah, some
terrible housemates. And, like, I've heard stories from some people that will stay in their rooms until the kitchen's empty. And then go into the kitchen and make their food, and they won't eat dinner because they just can't stand their housemates. And I just think that is like rubbish, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
But hopefully it wouldn't be like that.
I don't think it would be. I think we'd have.
I think it'd be great.
I think
smash gym, running, podding. Like
I think we'd have a pod out every other day.
I mean, might as well just walk around with a microphone as you're making your pasta bake in the evenings or something.
Oh.
But
even when I've like stayed at friends and stuff, and we sit there of an evening, make dinner together, and stuff like that, it just makes it's pure happiness. Like
one of my fondest memories of university is, and it's not something that's particularly crazy, but it's more like what you're saying. Right. It's just happy memory. Or it's coming home from university lectures in the morning, because I've done physiotherapy as a degree, and you might think that's really intense, but we were only in uni 3 days a week.
Really?
So we had quite a lot of free time, especially in the day. And we got really into daytime TV.
Did you?
Like Tenables, Pointless. Really? But particularly Tenables. Like we'd get home, we'd finish uni.
My favourite used to be Jeremy Carr.
Yeah, that's stopped.
It's stopped.
Actually.
It's coming back though.
It's coming back, is it?
Can't wait.
But we used to get home at like 1 o'clock, have some lunch, whack Tenables on in the afternoon. It used to be just a thing, and really? it was so fun just to go to school, go to uni with your mates, do like a fun degree, come home with your mates, sit on the sofa and eat some scram with your mates, watch some funny TV, and go, right, what we can do this evening then? Like that availability is priceless.
And I love cooking as well, so like I'd happily cook dinners.
Yeah, I miss it and I don't miss it. Don't get me wrong. I live with my parents now, and I enjoy the fact that I don't really have to do much cooking.
I do enjoy cooking though. Like when you can cook like a nice like creamy chicken risotto or something like that, it just brings. Oh, it's so nice.
I'm a lot healthier as well when I live away from home.
Really, I think
because I just have complete independence of what I'm going to eat.
I think I'd be worse.
You think you'd be worse?
Yeah.
Why do you think you'd be worse?
Because I'd see something and be like, I want to make that.
You don't have to be like something really unhealthy.
No, it doesn't, I suppose.
But you're quite a healthy person anyway, aren't you?
I try to be. In the week, I try and be healthy, and then like at the weekends, I'll just.
It's like your kind of tactic. You do a Monday to Friday, and then a weekend blowout.
So I have then fish and chip Friday, and as soon as the fish and chips has hit my stomach on a Friday night after work,
on the Guinnesses,
we're
on the beers.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I am kind of. I'm not really. I'm not that strict Monday to Friday.
Like, if I was to do something in the week where I go out, I see a friend, or we go for lunch or whatever, like then I'll do that. Like hands off, I'll do that. But like I don't sit there and have like this really strict regime. But I try to just have a bit of balance, really.
That's the thing, innit? Because you can say, yeah, I'm going to eat things in moderation, but you got to be brutally honest with yourself when you're talking about moderation. Because if you're letting things slip and slide, and you're going, "Oh, I'm eating it in moderation," then you're not really doing it. And I've been very guilty of that in the past. Not gonna lie.
Really.
Of going like, oh, I didn't eat breakfast, so I'm just gonna eat this Ben and Jerry's or something like that, and then just like,
really?
Yeah, I'm quite bad. But I don't want to cast judgment on myself, but I'd say I'm not that great in the diet realm of things.
But also, like, I understand you got to eat.
But then I'm not that bothered.
No, I couldn't give a shit
about it. Do you know what I mean?
Couldn't care less, mate. If I want to eat something, I'll eat it. If I don't, I don't. And if I feel really good, like in the week when I wake up and I drink a lot of water and go to like maybe have a workout or something like that, and I feel good. But also, I'm like, for me, it's not something that's retainable. I'm not going to do that until I'm 90 years old. So I just do it because like I work in the evening, so I've got all day free. So
that's so good. Well, I'm jealous of that, man. I think everyone that works a 9 to 5 is jealous of people that do shifts and
really.
Well, that's kind of shift work, isn't it? It's not 9 to 5.
My shift work's different though, because I work evenings. So
yeah, that's what I mean.
When even when like I was,
it's not set out.
Yeah,
like it's set hours, but it's not 9 to 5.
Granted, I was in the Lake District, but like when I was on tour. Well, on tour, I went to Lake District to do buttons. Like, my show didn't even start until an hour after you finished work. Like, my show started at 6. So then that's another, like, I've got shows to do then. And if you're working in like a job where your show don't start till 7:30, then your whole evening's gone. You know what I'm saying? So my shift pattern's just different to yours. But I honestly would never change it for the world.
You'd never do a 9 to 5.
I don't think you could pay me enough money in the world.
Really?
Genuinely. I did it for 3 months in lockdown and I have never been so unhappy.
Yeah.
It depends what it is.
I mean, I actually really relate to that, to be honest, but I can't.
Depends what it is, but
I could escape that, like not doing a 9 to 5. Like you never know what's going to happen in the future, but with my current interests, my current set of skills and my specialisms, it kind of has to happen.
Yeah, but which is fair enough.
But you
also, as long as you enjoy your job as well, which you do, that's
that is the main thing. But you're smashing gym at the moment, right? Like, I mean,
kind of.
You never used to be a massive like.
I never did, and then my
gym
friend
kind of guy, but like you're there all the time these days.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it like, I'm doing it for like results. I'm doing it because I feel like as a dancer I should probably keep on top of my fitness a little bit, just work out every now and again. And my friend really likes the gym, so I'll just go with him and we'll just have a nice workout. And sometimes it just gets gets your blood pumping, and I'd rather do that than just sit there and do nothing all day. Like, but it's not something that I'm strict by, you know. Like there's especially in my industry.
So you're saying like if you only go gym twice this week, you're not going to beat yourself up about it and kind of be like,
I don't really care. But whereas that's great within my industry, like, there's a lot of like you have to look a certain way, So a lot of people do go to the gym like not positively. It's quite negative. But that's a whole new conversation, which we'll talk about probably when we get one of them guests on in series 2.
One of them guests, nice. Not disclosing too much, but just
keep the viewers interested.
Putting it out there that
putting it out
season
there.
2 is going to be exciting. With the new setup, I mean, we have 3 mics
We're gonna
now.
have 3 mics,
so
and it's going to be absolutely insane.
got room for one guest. Don't bring anyone else.
When we guest, we might have to completely actually like switch the layout. Like we might have to sit one side, and then the guest is the other side. Just almost like
we'll work that out when we get to it.
But that'd be interesting.
But that'd be good.
That'd be
I'm
fun.
excited.
I can't wait.
I
I don't really get it.
The Jake and Ollie podcast.
If no one is listening to this, I'm still having the time of my life. You know what I mean?
I mean, let's be honest.
That's what we
right?
said we wanted. That's what we said we wanted. So
if I weren't doing this, I'd probably be sitting in bed watching TikTok. Sitting here in a full suit with a vodka raspberry with some birthday decorations up in the background. Just having a good chat.
chat.
And I think you'll find that
Which people
interesting.
don't do enough.
That's amazing.
People don't do that enough, and it's definitely something that people should do more.
A great excuse for something.
I'm not saying start a podcast, but I'm just saying see your friends, enjoy it, enjoy speaking to your mates, and open conversations and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I think let's wrap it up. We've had a really nice night. Thank you everyone for tuning in for my birthday. I've had an absolute worldie of a time.
We haven't paid much attention, to be fair, to that.
No, we haven't, but
It's quite a nice background.
It was nice, yeah, lovely background. But it's just been nice to sit here and have a chat. So, all in all, thanks for tuning in. I think that's episode 8.
Yeah.
That's episode 8.
We're flying through these.
Enjoy it. I hope you've enjoyed. Because we're recording this before, so I hope you enjoyed your Easter weekend. And yeah, we will see you next week.
I hope you've had a great Easter bank holiday. I hope you've had a great detox to the Jake and Ollie podcast.
And you've enjoyed it. But peace and love.
Great time.
Enjoy your evening, and we love you lots.
Thank you very much. Peace out from the Jake and Ollie pod.